Hey guys, how's it going? It's 8-Bit Eric. Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time, please hit that subscription button so you don't miss any of my uploads. But enough of that channel shilling. Today we're going to talk about a game that I have been wanting to check out for quite some time. Trials of Mana. Now, it just came out on the Nintendo Switch. This is a full 3D remake of Senkin Densetsu 3, which never came out to North America. That was what intrigued me the most about it. That it was going to be a full 3D remake of a game that we never experienced over here unless you imported it. But, yeah, pretty neat. Now, in this game, you get to choose your hero, and then there's a variety of different companion characters that you can pick. There's like up to 6 that you can have go with you on your journey. I picked Angela and Rhea. I think that's how you pronounce her name, Rhea. Not sure. She's a cute little green chick. But anyways, each different character that you pick has a different type of fighting style, different abilities and powers and things like that. But I picked the 2 girls because I'm a 2-woman guy. I'm just kidding. Anyways, so the main plot of this game is there's a whole bunch of like forces of evil that are trying to unleash a whole bunch of chaos, try to get the Sword of Mana. So it's up to you and your companions to go to all the locations for the Mana Stones and to get the elementals that are attached to those Mana Stones to kind of give you the power and everything like that. So you can basically make your way to the Sword of Mana before the evil forces get it and the whole world goes and like that. I don't want to get too detailed beyond just the basic plot that you can read on the back of the box. But yeah, I don't want to give you guys any spoilers. Now, as far as remaining faithful to the original, this one seems, for the most part, like it follows it. It doesn't take any creative liberties or massive changes like a Final Fantasy VII Remake did, which is also a Square Enix game. So that's funny. There's 2 different Square Enix remake games coming out in the same month. In that regards, what really intrigued me with that is on the Nintendo Switch, we don't have many huge, vast solo player experiences that give you a big, solid campaign that takes a whole bunch of hours besides like Breath of the Wild and Skyrim and Witcher 3 and, you know, the Saints Row games and Super Mario Odyssey, stuff like that. This one is in that level of it's a longer game, it's bigger. It may initially feel linear when you first pop this game in. You really can't go anywhere except point A to point B. It's not until steps later where you start actually having to backtrack and you get different means of transportation, like a big, huge, giant turtle that you can ride on his bike and or his back and go around the whole different map and stuff like that. But, you know, once you get through a certain part of the game, it does feel like it opens up. The graphics in this game, they kind of have that cartoony look, that not exactly a cel-shaded type of look. It's almost like what the newest Pokemon game has had and Little Town Hero, where it's kind of a cartoony vibe where the backgrounds kind of get a little blurred when it's cutscenes and stuff like that. It kind of looks okay. I wouldn't say that it's super superb HD 4K camera quality. Some people might actually say these graphics kind of look a little outdated. To me, I thought it fit the bill of what the game plays. Now, I didn't play the Secret of Mana remake, so I'm not sure if the core gameplay mechanics are exactly the same as that one. I do own a copy of it, but I have not busted it open. So I've played this. Now, for the most part, the Secret of Mana games are based on real-time combat. So you initialize the combat with the enemies that you see on screen, and each character has certain stamina, certain abilities based on what the level is and stuff like that. You have a basic attack, you have a heavy attack, or if you hold down X, you could even do like an overhead huge powerful attack. Once you start upgrading yourself and you get certain moves and stuff, if you hold the shoulder buttons, it opens up sub menus that can give you certain attacks like a cross swing and things like that, healing powers that help your character out. So there is a pretty robust RPG leveling up system in here that could do everything from unlocking new spells, unlocking new character moves, different abilities, your strength, your intelligence, your stamina, and you can kind of do like a skill tree. And this even ups the ante even more because once you start leveling up enough and you get to Mana Stones, you're actually able to upgrade your character's class. And those classes provide different abilities, whether they're the light side or dark side. So you're able to actually upgrade your character tree in a unique way. And then you could even go to like the night market and even get those points reset and switch out your character classes and stuff. So there's a lot of kind of, I guess, replayability in that regards to customizing what your party's loadouts and stuff like that. So initially, I thought the game was going to feel a lot smaller than what it really was, because again, early on it was point A to point B, kind of really linear, kind of really plain. I felt, hey, you know, this is a 3D remake, but it felt like it kept a lot of that 1990s RPG elements in it that kind of limit the scope of how games are nowadays. You know, certain basic RPG qualities and stuff, but it actually flowed and felt pretty good. I thought, you know, for the most part, the game was quite enjoyable and surprised me with the amount of detail and stuff that you're able to do with the characters. Now, the core gameplay mechanic, again, like I said, is the real-time combat, and there's a strategy behind it. You kind of get in a circle, a field of combat, and if you go to the outside of that edge, if you kind of run against it for 5 seconds, you escape. But if you decide to engage, you can take combat against several enemies at once. You're able to switch seamlessly in real time between all three characters. You kind of got to get used to it a little bit. It is easier than Final Fantasy VII Remake's combat, I'll tell you that much, because it's not, you know, Final Fantasy VII still kind of had a little bit of a turn-based flow to it. This one, not so much. Everything happens in real time. Like if you're trying to use an item, you could still get attacked. If you're trying to use a spell, you could still get attacked. So you kind of have to watch where the enemies are attacking and kind of strategize your way that way. But yeah, switching between these characters, you see at the bottom they have little blue icons that fill up. These can allow you to do your special attacks that do more damage than just your basic attacks and stuff. But it's not that hard to figure out. It's actually really simple, much more simpler than Final Fantasy VII Remake, I would say, in that regards. And I actually am a fan of this turn-based combat. Now, the overall feel of the game actually feels really well done. At times, yeah, it felt like it was a little bit of a chore having to walk from certain areas, because the game kind of divvies up how it goes. First, you go to a town, you talk to people, and you get an objective, which is usually like, oh, go to this cave. But the towns, they're nice to look at and stuff, but there's not really much to do in them. You could explore a little bit and find different items and different chests to unlock, and go to the weapons or the armor store and upgrade your stuff. But it is linear in a sense that certain towns only have a certain amount of items. Like, you won't find the good weapons until you get later in the game. And I personally feel like games should have high weapons available that you can grind for. So it kind of feels like, okay, let me go to the next town, buy my weapon, sell my old one a little bit. You know what I mean? I would like more customization on the weapons and the abilities and stuff like that in that regard. But anyways, you go to the town, you meet people, you talk, you get the quest handed to you. There's not too much in side quests. It's pretty much you find like the head honcho in charge of the town. They point you to go in one area, and you go through like a wild terrain area. So it's town, and then you go to like the wild, which is usually like a road or the forest or something like that, where you encounter your enemies. You can explore more there, find more items, find more treasure chests. There's save points along the way that look like mana statues. The gold ones actually refill your health. The regular statue ones don't. But there's plenty around there to like save your state and whatever. And you can go branching paths or whatever. But the maps show a star where your objectives are at. You go to that area. It's usually like a dungeon or a bigger cave. You explore more there, fight more baddies, find a boss, kill them, go to the next town, rinse and repeat. So it is quite repetitive, but I mean, what RPG isn't? Again, it does feel like there are some elements of the core game design and everything that were from the original one, which is 1990. So if you're an old school gamer, you will probably definitely enjoy the way the game flows. Again, it does feel a little bit linear initially, but it does, once you get certain part of the game and you start exploring and getting all the different elemental stones, and it has you traveling and going back and forth and reaching previously hard to reach areas, it does start to feel a little bit bigger. But if you are more of a fan of more modernized RPG games, you probably will not like this one. This one won't feel as big or as expansive or anything like that. But if you're a Secret of Mana fan, you're gonna enjoy this. I mean, I like the way the characters look. The enemies look cute. Everything about it, the old school feel to it, the music, not bad. And then of course the character choices that you can have for your companions. It's like you can initially start a new game, pick 2 different characters, and it kind of has a little bit of feel. The story, no matter what, really remains the same, though, depending on, you know, there's no difference in the main line of the story, but it's cool to see the prologue chapters, because each character does have a prologue chapter that you can play through optionally to give you a little bit of a backstory on them and stuff like that. But overall, I was pretty happy with it. I actually got this cheap at Walmart. It's about $41 and some odd cents at Walmart, so you can get it actually discounted at Walmart. But I think it is worth checking out, especially this day and age where you still are kind of running that problem of not having that big, huge third-party feel of a game on the Nintendo Switch. So I recommend checking it out, guys. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts of this game if you played it or if you want to. And thanks a lot. Peace out. Consider supporting 8-Bit Eric on Patreon for just $1 a month. Link below in the description. You want to become part of the hashtag 8BE Nation, guys? Well, be sure to pick up your official merch, now available online. Link is below in the description. We got classic t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, and even women's apparel. Don't forget, pick up your official merch now. And while you're at it, guys, feel free to watch the next video, or why don't you catch up on one that you might have previously missed. Thanks again, guys, for all the support. I couldn't do this without you. You guys are amazing, and don't forget to subscribe and click that like button if you are brand new. Thanks again, guys. Peace out.